What do you think of the game last night?
A bit scrappy, I reckon.
So I used to go for New South Wales as a kid, but ended up like changing over, eh? So I like Queensland now.
Yeah. I seen your post last night.
You can't,
No way. No.
you can't knock it, bro. You can't knock the Queensland spirit, man. Mardo, bring it.
Yeah, bro, 100. He was the guy.
They just need more of that energy.
Yeah, he was on the 1 outs.
Yeah, bro. Hey guys, welcome back to Ebbs and Flows. In this episode, we talk to James Fisher-Harris and Moses Leota, a couple low-key brothers from out there in Penrith, in my opinion, the best 1-2 punch in the game. So it's cool to hear about Penrith stories and their successes and failures. Hope you guys enjoy the episode.
Had a big drink after the game, after the grand final, and then...
It feels like everyone's just talking shit about us, to be honest, bro.
Yeah, because I actually thought that I was 12 when I came over.
Hey guys, welcome back to Ebbs and Flows, where we talk about the highs and lows, ins and outs, and fares and doubts on and off the field. My name is Isaac, but you can call me Ice. Quick shout out to my branding partners in this, Sporting News Australia, for helping me put this together. Today, joined by a couple quiet brothers. In my opinion, the best 1-2 punch in the pop game right now, back-to-back champions, and most importantly, Kiwis. So, boys, thanks for jumping on.
Nah, thanks for having us.
What's up, brother? Up to you.
First question, why are you boys so quiet?
Oh, probably not that quiet. Like, we're just quiet out in public, but I think just us two, we love to have a bit of banter and a bit of chat.
Yeah, I think just growing up, I don't know, maybe my surroundings talked a bit too much, so I sort of reserved a little bit. That's what I reckon.
I feel like as a player, when I used to play, I used to always be scared of the quiet ones too, so glad I'm not playing you boys anymore. So Origin was on last night, obviously big Penrith contingency in there of current players and past players. What was your thoughts on the game last night?
I'll go first.
Yeah, you go, bro.
Sort of didn't feel like an Origin type game for me, sort of. Like, I was waiting for like those fiery moments where, you know, just rushing out, and just feel like it was a bit scrappy, but yeah, that's me.
What about you, bro?
Yeah, I think just Queensland just doing winning plays. Like, I don't know, something about it. But until Mardo came on and he just brought the energy, he sort of changed the game for New South Wales.
Yeah.
I reckon. And then they were going good until Flegler did the sin bin. He got sin bin, and then Queensland grew a leg. I don't know.
With 12 players.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that, but
it was weird.
Yeah, I don't know, and they just turned it on, and then I can't explain it, bro.
Yeah, it's hard to explain, because I think about it a lot, and we sort of said just before that, like, and you hear Billy Slater and stuff talk about it, like we play for Queenslanders and what they're about. And I know you guys sort of come from Penrith, and you guys can be attached to a certain area or a certain demographic, and you guys are Penrith juniors. Can you sort of relate that to what Queensland do with what you guys do? Because when you guys play, it's bigger than what you guys do within your 17, and it affects the community and all those sort of guys that come through. Is that sort of something that you guys can relate to?
Yeah, I reckon. I heard Billy talk about like what they go through, and they're just trying to attach it to Queenslanders and stuff like that. The team, that's us, like especially in finals.
I think playing not just for yourselves but for the community and, you know, like your family and stuff, I think that's where they sort of draw their strength from and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
All right, you guys are pretty good props in your own right. What forward pack wouldn't you want to go up against, the ones that were up last night? Because I look at New South Wales pack, and like on paper it feels like a little bit better, but I always sort of feel like that Queensland team always like play a little bit better. Maybe it's sort of body shapes or there's leg speed under there, and I think you guys are in the perfect shape right now where you're quick over your leg speed, but you're strong up top. Like, which pack wouldn't you want to go against? I know you wouldn't care, but
we'll take it anyone, brother.
No comment. No. I don't know, I'd happily go up against anyone.
Yeah.
On paper, like, Blues is
stacked.
I don't know, stacked. But I don't know, man. They just get up Queensland. I don't know what Billy Slater's doing, but I think they've done it over how many years?
I think they just got more dogs, I think. Yeah, they're willing to do the effort plays and stuff. Yeah.
It's pretty crazy, what they can do. All right, your fullback. Obviously, I was looking at the team last night, and I watched. They New South Wales play the same way that you guys play. Obviously, with Yowie and Nath controls the middle. He holds the left. Do you think someone like a Dylan Edwards could easily slot into a situation like that? I don't want to put words in you guys' mouths, but
he won't let anyone down.
Yeah, I'm a bit biased, so I'll probably say yeah.
Yeah.
Chuck him in there. No.
Just throw him in?
Bro, he's like, he can play for anything, that fella.
Yeah.
His mental strength is crazy. And, bro, I reckon he'll thrive. Especially with, like, him knowing the spine, pretty much. But,
because when you looked at the attack last night, did it look clunky to you guys?
Yeah, to be honest, it was a bit clunky. Yeah.
But what would you change about the clunkiness there? Because they play the same way that you guys play.
It's hard because they just need to get reps in. I reckon it's only one game. I think they can just turn around.
Yeah, I
they
think
just
the
need
more
one game.
the more they play together and get the reps in their training, should be sweet, I reckon.
All right, cool. All right, so we're going to dive back into your past. We'll start with you, Fish. Whenever I hung around guys from Northland, they always seem to have this element of toughness about them. Do you know a guy called Peter Prime?
Peter Prime.
Oh, bro, he's this little dude, bro, one of the toughest guys I've ever played with. But they've always got this element of toughness about them. Do you want to talk about growing up north and why you guys seem a little bit tougher than normal?
I don't know, man. I know, like, we're a mix of country and city at the same time. And I think, especially growing up playing footy, rugby and rugby league, like, Northland's rated as not that good, to be honest. Like, especially rugby league. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's just that, I don't know, blue collar, whatever you want to call it, chip on your shoulder. Like, especially when we came up against Auckland teams and stuff like that, rugby league, I always had a point to prove, especially me. A few of the boys, man, when we had Auckland on the list played next week, they were like, oh, damn, we got Auckland, like, all this stuff. Like,
bro, I was the same as you, bro.
Yeah. And then I was like, man, bro, you can't, like, I was like, stop being a pussy, you're like, fucking, bros, I'm nice. Like, yeah, bro, I used to hate it when some of my teammates used to say that stuff. I was like, but I always had a point to prove. I think they just stuck with me, eh?
So were you a gun coming through, or do you kind of develop a little bit later?
Nah, I always had, like, sort of mongrel, but yeah, I didn't start playing league till under 15s. Couldn't really find it up north, to be honest.
Yeah,
I think they were just starting back up. And then slow raw. Like, there wasn't really any structure. Like, it's so hard up north. There was only like 4 team comp, the whole Northland.
Yeah,
I think it's like still like that now. So it's just hard to develop.
Yeah, for sure. Mount Roskill.
Yeah, very.
Bro, that's rough, isn't it?
It's alright.
Do you want, for people who don't know Mount Roskill, can you give them like an equivalent here in Sydney, and what was sort of like growing up there?
Equivalent here in Sydney.
It's like out
Probably
west,
like,
isn't it?
It's like central. It's like near, like, it was probably like 10 minutes, 15 minutes from the city. So probably say Bondi maybe. No. Similar to probably Mount Druitt, I reckon.
Yeah.
A lot of polys. Yeah, just used to get up to no good when we were young and just.
What'd you get up to?
Fights and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Getting up to no good. We used to love playing footy in the backyard. All the boys just come together and start having, like, what do you call it? Freaking run astray challenges and stuff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so we start off all good, and then there's always that one person, you know, trying to start a bit of beef, and then, yeah, it goes from there.
Money Mill's from there, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a man. He's got a lot of respect in Mount Roskill, eh?
Yeah, his brothers and that. Like, because he's the same age as me, so we started training 20s together. It was the first year of 20s, and I was at the Warriors, and we were doing pre-season. And, like, I knew him from the year before, and then literally done 1 week of pre-season, and then, like, after that, we're like, oh, where's Manu? And, bro, dude got put inside for, like, 2 years, bro. Yeah, it was pretty scary.
Straight back out. What? He got signed to Para?
Got signed to Para. Played against the Warriors in his debut game, got man of the match, and he's him now. Like he's the guy you kind of
Yeah.
don't really fuck around with.
Yeah.
But I used to hang around a few boys around Mount Roskill, and like used to go for like say 18th and 21st, but
Yeah.
wasn't meant to be there. Eh? Just sort of sitting there and going, oh fuck. And I remember like one thing I really remember because my friend Francis Ledger, he's from that area.
Yep.
We went to his birthday, and like these guys knocked on the door. And all they were doing was just checking around everyone on the block to see if they were like sweet and stuff. And I was just like,
True.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, I sort of left when I was a bit early, so I didn't really hear any of that stuff. But
Yeah.
because I was only a kid, I wasn't into that sort of stuff.
How'd you get over here?
So funny story. I was only supposed to come for a holiday when I was 13, and I was supposed to go back, but I loved it here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So yeah, I just ended up bringing my mum and just telling her I'm not coming back. Like, just the
What,
life over
13?
here. Yeah,
You can't be
but
telling
she was
your
off
mum
it.
that.
Nah, I know.
Oh, she was sweet.
She was like, nah, she was off it. She was like, get your ass back home, stuff like that. But then I sort of just, didn't go back.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you're pretty close to almost playing Origin. We talked about Origin before.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you thought you'd come over when you were 12. What was it going through? What are you laughing at?
Bro, I actually thought I was 12 when I came over until like, so 2021, I think it was the last game, got called in as 19th man.
Mm.
And full like, oh, get ready, go get your like COVID tests and stuff. And then they ring me back and they go, oh, sorry mate, like you're not eligible. Like you came over when you're 13. I was like adamant, bro. I was like, nah, I came over when I was 12. And then they were like, oh, are you sure? Like we'll call up your old school. They called up the old school and they go, nah, he came over when he was 13.
Did you give the school like a heads up? Go like, I'm about to
Nah,
play
I
Origin.
was
here.
gonna like try and lie around it, but yeah, because I actually thought that I was 12 when I came over. Like my missus was like, bro, like we both thought I was 12
Oh, really?
until, yeah.
That would have been exciting, eh? He
I
obviously
was-
got to play for the Kiwis and stuff, which is
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
To the
came to the
dark
dark
side,
side. Nah, it was
what was it like obviously playing for the Kiwis boys? We'll talk about your Penrith journey a little bit because I know you guys are known for that.
Yeah.
But what was that last World Cup? Heard a bit. Obviously, you guys had the team to go probably one step further. What was that experience like?
Oh, no, it was mean. Obviously getting to go with the bro. It was pretty crazy though. After the GF win, we had to like leave on a Thursday. After that Sunday, so it was pretty hectic. Had to get on the plane, say goodbye to the family, party at the same time. And then, like, yeah, you're just flying for like nearly 24 hours, and then get there. Had like 4 or 5 days to get ready to play. Oh yeah, had to play that week.
Oh, you just had to
Right.
play straight off the bat.
Oh.
Off you got the.
There was
Did they
a-
play Leeds?
Nah, yeah, there was that
Oh,
trial game.
Yeah,
Remember
they played a
we-
trial game the first day.
Yeah.
And then we played Lebanon that week.
Yeah.
And it was probably like too much, bro. I should have had a week off. I think the bro had a week off.
Shush,
But yeah,
Nah.
it was mean. It was a mean. I got the captain one game. It was pretty mean too.
Yeah,
So
everything just happened too quick, eh? Like,
Yeah, you just couldn't get your bearings or anything.
yeah, we like stop start. Like, we had a big drink after the game, after the grand final, and then went over there. We had a drink there, and then it was just like, bro. Before you knew it, we were playing the next week,
Yeah.
and then just sort of trying to slow back into it.
Yeah, I was talking to Cheese about it over there. He's like, we're on this year, and apparently he'd like dropped heaps away. He goes, fuck, I think we can go all the way and stuff. And I was looking at your team, and obviously just come up a good side, eh? And just missed these sort of moments in that main
we had
game.
a squad, man. We had bro, especially our fullback.
Mm.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mm.
I felt like we had it sort of in the bag, and then sort of fumbled it, eh? at the end there.
What's the lessons you learned? Did that sort of remind you? Can you sort of differentiate something from like your 2020 grand final? Because club football and rep football is like a little bit different. Where clubs like you build over a long period of time and you get that chance.
Yeah.
Did it sort of relate back to that, or a little bit different?
Nah, 2020 we got bullied, bro.
Actuals.
But we were bullying Aussie in the World Cup.
Mm.
We were bullying them. But then just little moments like,
Yeah.
I don't know, Cheese was talking to the coach or something.
He said his ribs or something, eh?
yeah.
Cameron Murray just tapped and scored a try, and
Easiest try ever.
and then But it's just little moments like that. Like, yeah, we had them, bro. We had them. We wanted them, but yeah, and then we just gave them easy tries, and then that was it. That was all she wrote.
Did you so we'll swing that back to Penrith because I don't want to touch on that for too long because some PTSD. But how do you boys how did you guys get picked up for Penrith? Obviously you're coming through the junior ranks over here. Like how does that sort of pathway get you to where you are right now?
Yeah, so I sort of started when didn't really make many rep sites growing up, but our first rep team I made was Western Academy. It was like Power and Penrith put together.
Yep.
So pretty much like the shit kickers, like
the guys who didn't make
SG
Ball and that, or
like SG Ball and that, they go and
yeah.
make a team, and then they play in like Caramats and SG Ball. So I sort of made it up that way, and then made SG Ball, and then 20s, and then
yeah,
made it up that way.
I remember Cam Serraldo because when I was at Penrith, he said he used to be his favourite player.
Who, me?
Yeah, the one who's the coach too.
No, I think because I was just a yes man.
Oh, you're captain too though, weren't you, in your 20s? And oh, you weren't?
No. Brett Naden. I'm pretty sure he was captain, yeah.
Where's he now? Is he still at Doggies? Nah, Tigers? No.
Tigers. Yeah, still with Tigers.
Oh, you boys are always stacked too in those 20 sides, eh?
Oh, yeah, stacked team, bro.
Yeah, actuals.
I was we were talking about this podcast the other day, and we done a post against you guys. You guys were 20s, and Nathan. And we're like, we still had a good side in our cup side.
Yeah.
We got done, and that's when we had Breno there, and Breno was always trying to no, let's keep doing like drills and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, but we just got toasted, man. Who cares?
Yeah.
Get us home on a Wednesday night. How'd you end up here?
National schools comp.
Yeah.
I just got picked up from there in New Zealand. I was 16. This manager just came up to me. And I don't think he was allowed to at the time, but I just shook his hand. And because my coach told me to, I looked him in the eyes and I was like, wow, like, bro, I'll do anything, like, pretty much with my eyes.
Yeah. Was that the old school contract, was it? The old eyes?
He just picked me up since then, came up to my house up north. And then from there, he rang up Gus. And they just said, I think they said SG Ball was full, they were packed. And they just said, give him a chance. And then I just came over, just ripped in.
Yeah.
Always just do anything to try.
I think one thing I always remember about you is effort was like always there. And I remember we used to train, and then we'd finish training. I'll be walking out the showers in the old gym. We walk out the showers, and you're always back on the weights and doing stuff like that. Arms, shoulders, and stuff all the time. But I think your first game of cup was I was there, and we played out in Bathurst, and I think you played prop. For us, it was like round 2. We had like you, Yowie, and I remember just seeing we had a good side too. Campbell Gillard, we were stacked. Yeah, for a cup side.
Yeah.
And I just remember like seeing you stand out there and this guy's got it. Like you just got the energy for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it was cool, bro.
Fast, to be honest.
Yeah.
Actually, ball, then cup the next year, then grade the next year after that.
Yeah. Pretty crazy, yeah.
Bro.
All right, we'll go sort of, obviously, boys won a few championships now, and normally when I talk to guys, they haven't won one, so I have to drag through all their seasons and stuff. But what was the lessons you learned from the 2020 GF and losing one?
I think just that dog mentality, like, we sort of got bullied.
You guys were bullying teams that year too, eh? Like.
Yeah, but it was different. The grand final was different. Like, it's not another game. Like, it's a different game. It's sort of like Origin. Like, you show up and
you got one chance.
Yeah, and then we sort of got bullied that year, and we sort of met up, had a meeting, and said, we need a bit more dog in us. And
who led that meeting? Was it player driven or?
Fish.
Oh, was it you?
Yeah. Remember you done that video and.
So I've made you guys watch the final back.
Yep.
What's that like?
Oh, nah, bro. It was actually good, man, because we seen that we weren't far off. Like, in the game, we were like, what's happening, bro? Like, the line speed was crazy. Like, nothing's pulling off. And then when we actually looked at it, it was just little things that we didn't do that cost us big time. And then, like, intercepts, stuff like that they got. Yeah, they pretty much played like Queensland. So that was just, they just came out and bashed us. Like, shout out to Jesse and all that. The boys taught us a lesson. Like,
Yeah.
we learned from that,
Yeah.
and now, yeah, now we're dishing it out.
No, these are the guys, eh? So yeah, let's roll back into the next year after that. End up jagging one. Tell us about that experience too. Like, obviously you've just gone through hardship, and they say in like football you need to lose one before you win one.
Yeah.
Did you guys lost in the first round of those finals too, didn't you?
Rabbits.
Yeah, Rabbits got you, and you guys sort of come back through. Everyone was sort of riding you guys off, and you guys were probably the team at the time because you got a lot of loud people where they're like, haha,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what was it like sort of jagging one and get one against the boys?
Man, that was one of the toughest years, bro. Like, for the whole team. Went through the hardest way.
Yep.
Para, Storm,
Mm.
and then Rabbits. Boys are running on E2, all injured and that. I think, yeah, bro, it was just crazy. When we just won too. Like, that was a tough game. Rabbits came to play.
Yeah.
But it was just crazy, man.
Yeah.
Can't even explain it. Go through all that, that loss, and just felt like everything was against us. We just found a way.
Mm. It was a big year, yeah. Same. Like, to go like Sunny Coast, we're up in Sunny Coast.
Yep.
Some of the boys didn't have their families there, but it was a bit different. But we got to have our partners and kids up there, which was cool. It was sort of like a holiday, sort of.
Yeah. Is that a good thing or a bad thing when you're
What do you mean, like?
before the families up there? Like all the
Oh.
it's a bit different, eh? Because you know when
Yeah.
you normally go on a footy trip, you got
Yeah.
the boys, but you're only there for a certain amount of
Yeah.
time. Like obviously you guys are family men, must
Yep.
be good. But what was it like?
It was different, like,
Yeah.
bro, it was weird as, like, the first week or two, I think we were by ourselves, you know? And then as soon as the family came, like, hardly seen any of the boys. They were, you know, spending time with their families and missus and whatnot.
Mm.
But we made it like everyone was pretty much family at the end of it.
That's
like,
okay,
bro,
yeah.
it was pretty cool, especially the boys that had kids. Like,
Yeah.
every kid's as tight as. Like, after that, they were asking, like, where's, like, the boys' kids and that, like, just pretty close.
Mm.
Mm.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Brought a lot of the families together.
Yeah, and obviously when obviously being Kiwi boys and when you go into Kiwi camps, like they sort of build it around that family sort of vibe, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
it would have been cool to have that at sort of clubland too, because when you get out there on the field and you sort of look to your left and right, you know who their family is, and you're
Yeah.
willing to work like a little bit harder. So it'd have been cool to sort of see it from that sort of standpoint.
Yeah.
Back-
100%.
Boys go back to back, and what was that like again? That must feel nice.
That was mad.
Yeah.
To be honest, I can't even, like, frick.
Can't
It was
remember
all
it.
sort of just like a blur, eh? Like, it happened so fast. Like we said, like, and then straight over to World Cup. But, bro,
Oh, like, it was pretty good, bro, because everyone was... Just feels like everyone's just talking shit about us, to be honest, bro.
Because you guys are the best now,
Honestly.
you know what I mean? They
Yeah.
want to talk shit about you.
So it just feels that much better.
Mm.
Especially when they freaking Para was beating us through the year, Rick, that was pissing me off, bro. But they were beating us for a reason, and to play them in the grand final was pretty mean. Like,
yeah, and to
Battle of
win,
the West,
and
like,
yeah.
what more can you ask for?
Yeah.
I just remember the stadium being packed as like the most packed I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
Like, for me, anyways. Like, Origin probably packs out, but that was cool, bro. And we just
It
went
was.
to work.
I was mad about it. Yeah. They were like, a lot of people were writing us off, like, because we lost to Para and that before, and
Mm.
sort of lit that fire, sort of. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, frick, we sort of gained strength from that.
Yeah.
And
When you get
Yeah.
to the point, well, I was talking to Uppy like a little while ago. He goes, you walk out on the field, like you guys are going to win, like sort of at the moment, like 8 to 9 times out of 10, and you have
Yeah.
that confidence about you. But because everyone gets up to play you guys now, so you guys always have to be up. Do you draw external motivation from people riding you off, or potentially guys like Paul Kent, like talking shit about you as a like team? Does that sort of shit wind you up or get you going, or are you guys like look at yourselves and go, we're such a good team anyway, we just need to play to our potential? Like, do you need that external validation or motivation
I
sometimes?
don't think we need it.
Yeah.
But it just adds.
Yeah.
What about now? Are you about chasing the three-peat? Like, season's starting to drag out like a little bit longer. Everyone's starting to get up. Boys are rolling into Origin games. You guys are playing rep football now. You guys are playing a lot of football in a small period of time. Like you talk about the World Cup and stuff. You're like, I didn't even remember it. We just rock up and go. Like, is it starting to drag out a little bit, or?
Well, I've been injured a little bit this year, so I've had my little breaks. I'm just keen to play, but
like after the World Cup and straight back into pre-season. Oh well, we had a few weeks off and that. Came back early. Sort of like at the start, sort of felt like starting to become mature because we just came off World Cup and straight back into pre-season.
And then club challenge.
And then club challenge, and then played heaps of games after, and it's sort of like a chore. But
does that one hurt, the club challenge one?
Bro, that hurts.
We
bro.
didn't treat we didn't treat it like. For me, my point of view. Yeah. I didn't treat it like as much as they did.
Yeah.
It was like everything to them, like. Yeah, but. Not a lesson.
Plenty of lessons, eh? Yeah. Plenty of victories. Sorry, bro, what were you saying?
Nah, frick, I blanked out, eh?
Coming back early and because when you had like a 4 or 5 week preseason, and then straight back into it.
Yeah, fuck. Next question, I'm fucking lost.
All right, the after parade, the celebration of the grand final. Boys said some comments.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
No, that's because
that was crazy.
I know some of the Parramatta boys. We're all good. But I think it was just the media team, bro. It pissed me off.
Yeah.
Just doing all their highlights and shit. Like I don't know what it was. Like they ticked me off, and I don't know why. They gave me the microphone, bro. I told them, don't give me the mic. Don't give me the mic.
You know, it's funny. Because they hit me up to like, go say something. And I was like, nah, I'm not jumping up there. And then they asked this guy. He jumped up and then that happened. I was like, oh, shucks.
Do you, obviously it's been said now, do you regret anything that you said or?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have said that. Yeah, pretty silly, but it is what it is. Yeah. And yeah, I like rivalries, so
yeah,
bring it on.
They got to stop you anyway, eh? If they don't want you to talk, they got to stop you.
Yeah, true.
Just
keep it humps.
Yeah. He's doing those ones. Nah, and his mind is going. Yeah.
Mrs. told me straight. Don't do that stuff ever again.
Oh, okay.
We got kids and that. Like, just put things in perspective. Like, little kids coming up to me, like saying stuff like that. I was like, oh man. Probably shouldn't have said that.
Fuck it, was good, bro. I think Uppy's one was a little bit worse though, eh?
Ooh. I think just it was hard.
They shouldn't have gave us the mics, bro.
Have you guys gone through the whole night? Were you guys drinking? Was it drinking through the whole night? Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we sort of we were at Panthers, and then came over to the stadium just for that thing, and the boys were still pissed.
Still drinking, bro.
Yeah, like probably could have. You could tell that the boys were still rattled, and they were like getting the boys up to like talk and stuff, and I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Good
little lesson anyway.
Yeah, another lesson.
Yeah. Learn from your mistakes.
Yeah. All right, you boys. Like I always, I'm lucky. I've been coached by Ivan, and one thing he used to talk about is always having. Like he encourages you to be yourself, and you guys got a nice balanced team. I listen to you guys talk, low key, humble, but go out and do your thing. You got some other guys in your team that super skillful, but don't mind being like the voice of you guys and creating that around you. What's that sort of like having guys like Jerome? And I like it. I reckon it makes sport more interesting. But what's it like having those guys in the team?
Bro, they bring that energy, bro.
Yeah, we feed off that.
Yeah.
They always seem excited, eh? Like, is he excited every day about training or?
Yeah, that's why his name's the CEO. Like,
just brings that energy, bro.
Yeah,
Bizza, Critter, all those boys,
Tito,
like, it's infectious.
Yeah,
it helps us, bro. I reckon it helps us just to compete. We go hard at training against each other, give each other shit too.
Oh, really? Yeah, I remember when Jerome was younger and him and Nath used to come train, bro. Even then, bro, he was like talking. I was like, who is this dude? And
Yeah.
putting up kicks and that. Just going,
Yeah. That's the thing, like, that's genuinely him, like, you know,
Yeah,
he's not faking
be
it or
someone
anything.
else.
He's not trying to, he's just being himself.
And a lot of people who don't actually know him, like, he's a super respectful guy too, like very polite, just like he's pretty humble. Like, I know he's confident in
Yeah.
what he does and he speaks things, but that's just how he sees the game though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all we do. Like,
Tell us about the Prince. What's it like playing with him?
bro, he's the man, bro.
Actually,
Bro, I love having him on my team, bro.
he just
Hey.
gives us confidence. Like, you just got to do your job, and he'll handle the rest. Like,
What's the parts of the game that you've seen him grow over the? Because you guys have played with him like for a long, long time, and he's not like a outgoing, loud type of guy. But like, what's the growth you've seen in him?
probably just his communication skills, Like,
Yeah.
he tells us where he wants us, and
Makes our job way easy, bro.
Yeah,
yeah,
Just like pinpoint kicks, like everything around the field. Even like pre-game during the week, like he's just got mean chat,
yeah,
just so reliable. We know what we need to do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Makes us so like that much easier for
bro, he
us.
does so many extras too. Like, bro, we leave and he's still out there kicking, you know,
Yeah.
trying to perfect his craft. So, yeah, shout out to the bro.
Yeah, he's a man, It's been cool to sort of watch him grow and sort of get to the point where he's at. A good thing is, bro, he's not like a spot or anything, you know.
No.
Bro, he can
Bang,
can
eh?
like,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
can bang, bro.
Tell us about Yowie. Obviously, he's the... like, if I look at you guys, I'd say, like, if I was playing you guys, I'd be probably more scared of you and then you second. But I feel like Yowie would be the voice of the pack. Is that a fair statement? And sort of the leader in attack. Tell us about him. What makes him so great?
Bro, I reckon them two nearly on par. Yowie and Kliss.
In terms of voice, in terms of
Yeah.
passing and that
Just
sort of stuff?
reliability, everything, consistency. Just you're so smart too. Like
Yeah.
footy smart.
Mm.
Well, and off the field, but yeah, bro, he's the man. Bro, same thing as Kliss. Like he makes our job that much easier.
Yeah.
They
He's
just run the show and we just keep a narrow focus, do what we do.
What is your job?
run hard, tackle hard.
Is that it?
That's all it is, bro.
Yeah.
Run hard,
Yeah.
tackle hard.
Like,
Stay within the system. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of teams try and copy your guys' system. They just don't have the troops there, do they? Because we had Baz as well, and he tried to do that sort of the way that you guys play now at Manly, but we just didn't really have the guys there for it. And I don't know, it's hard to replicate, isn't it? If you don't have the 13, the 7, 9.
And it takes time, bro. Like, it doesn't happen. You know, it takes a few years, I reckon. Like,
Yeah.
like, you need time to build that.
Your coach, same again. I'm lucky enough to being coached by him. What makes Ive so great?
Like you said before, he tells the boys to be themselves, and you know I think that's how you get the best out of your players. You know, when they come in and they're not scared to fail, and and just be themselves.
yeah, comfortable in our own skin.
Yep.
Like just be who we are, and he's just off the field like all good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
You can have a beer and that with him,
our
eh? He's
family.
cool.
He loves the beer.
Yeah.
Loves the beer.
Does he still have those coaches parties at the start of the year?
Pea parties.
Yeah. They're
Yeah.
fun, eh?
Bro, it's mad, like, because like you get some new players come in, and you sort of don't know like their partners, or you know what I mean, and that sort of brings everyone together. So I feel like that helps, eh?
What's it been like? Obviously, with success, there's a downside of success, and everyone's worth more money. And I know you guys have been loyal and wanted to stay. What's it been like to seeing some of those guys leave? Because imagine if they all stayed, eh? Like, wouldn't even be fair. But what's it like? You guys just understand that's where you are right now, and people are going to leave, people are going to come.
Yeah. It's pretty hard to see the bro kicks and ups go. Like, just like off the field, pretty close, especially with kicks. But it is what it is. Like, just a bit of opportunity for the bro. And can't keep everyone. Like, a few boys leaving next year too. We just got to make the most of it. Like, this is our time of our lives. Like, just cherish the moments with the boys on the field and stuff, because some of the boys are leaving next year too.
Spencer Lenny off coming to the Roosters.
Damn.
Yeah. Another one.
Yeah.
What's he like?
He's humble kid.
Yeah.
Loves to laugh. Yeah.
No, he's a man.
He's a man, yeah.
Bro, speaking of energy, when he comes off the bench, it's 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yep.
It looks like he's got a screw loose too, man. You know, sometimes you look at someone's eyes and you're like, fuck, I reckon this could stab me.
Bro, actually, he's got that vibe about him. You took him over, bro. You don't want to see that side.
Nah, yeah.
I think he's calmed it down a little bit, but
Yeah.
but yeah.
I'm grateful he's coming
Yeah,
to
go
fuck
it.
he pumped us, a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, Roosters?
yeah.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
All right, boys. This year, so can you guys repeat and what's going to be different about? What do you guys have to do this year that's been different from the past couple of years? Do you guys does Ive talk about dynasty, or does he try and leave it behind, or because I think you have to win 3 in a row to be classed as like a dynasty. What's going to be different about this year?
Different. It's a whole different season. Just gotta. Yeah, we know what to do, but it is a different season. Everyone's playing good. I think the comp's pretty close, so. But yeah, we just need to put ourselves in a good position at the end of the season.
Yeah.
We know how to go in the finals. We know what to do.
Who do you see as your biggest threats?
Ooh, I don't even know.
Everyone. Anyone can be anyone, bro.
You reckon this year? Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah. You see the bottom teams beating, like, the top 4 teams and that, top 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's at the point now where you guys are like, because you play so much football, is it about trying to time your run into the finals now? Like, I remember a couple of years ago, like you were, and Melbourne were in this point where they used to just almost win every game and pump all the teams and then get to finals, and there's like a bit of fatigue about them. Are you guys sort of speaking about these different things behind the scenes, or is it just rock up every week and just do your best and see you when we see you?
Not as players, maybe as the coaches in it. They might speak about it a little bit, especially with the Origin boys. Just give them a little bit more of a break, but we don't see it like that. Especially like, yeah, as I said, just been injured in and out and stuff. Like, we got a few more buys this year.
No, I think we only got one more.
One more buy.
Oh, one more, then you guys got to roll straight through.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think it's up to us. I think it's up to the coaches.
Yeah, they know what they're doing now.
No, I think just keep it the same, man. Just like
Any obviously the Penrith best nursery in the game. Any young dudes coming up that we need to be keeping an eye on?
There's a few, like,
bro, Larry, Horse,
yeah,
all those boys.
Yeah.
Lindsay, he's going alright for us.
Mm.
Lindsay Smith, like,
Big boy too.
Yeah, Liam Henry, bro, plays cup. One of the props just goes hard,
Yeah.
Raw
80
raw
minutes,
as,
like,
but
yeah.
like just shoots out,
Yeah,
whatever.
like,
Like a training,
Mm.
bro, crazy.
Yeah.
They're coming for us.
Yeah.
It's good though.
That's
like,
a good thing.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
like that. Like, we want it no other way. Like, it's good from the younger boys.
All right, brothers. I'm going to ask you one more question, and it's for both of you. What legacy do you want to leave behind as football players and as men?
I just want to, for me, it's probably just to be a better person off the field. On the field, I just wanted to be classed as part of like the best team ever. Yeah.
Do you guys talk about that stuff, or more so like private convos and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, this guy do sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that is the reason why you stayed at Penrith for a bit longer?
Yeah, 100%. That's all I know, and want to leave a good legacy behind.
Mm. What about you, bro? You could potentially be one of New Zealand's best props. Both of yous. Where's
Yeah.
your legacy lie?
And probably off the field, just want to be we're just good leader, for Māori in general. Like, I want to step up a bit more off the field, learn a bit more, and just take, not control, but be the next one in my family to hold it down.
Mm.
And yeah, on the field, probably, yeah, same as Moss said, just be part of one of the best teams ever. But also, I just want to be one of those guys that gave it all, pretty much. Gave all I could to the sport before I retire.
Fuck, exciting. All right, boys, just want to thank you for jumping on, and obviously congratulations on all your success over the past couple of years, and hopefully boys jag a couple more comps and do what you do. Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
bro. Cheers.